Immortality recently got released for the PS5. I have heard a lot about this game. Actually, nothing specific, but it has been making the rounds for quite a while, and there's a lot of positive buzz around it. So I decided to check it out. Is it any good? Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy and this is my non-spoiler review for Immortality for the PS5. This game was developed by Sam Barlow and produced by Mermaid Productions. So what's the story or premise of this game? I'm gonna read the premise that is on the PlayStation Store and I'll explain later why. The premise reads, Marissa Marcel was a film star. She made 3 movies, but none of the movies were ever released, and Marissa Marcel disappeared. Immortality is an interactive movie, and this is one of the main distinguishing factors that is going to influence the gameplay, is going to influence the visuals and different aspects of this game. Every single visual aspect of this game is live action. It was actually recorded with actual actors for the game. During your gameplay, you will be exposed to different clips of the 3 different movies that were not released. And I gotta say, the acting is really good, because this is basically actors acting as actors. And they do an outstanding job with the portrayal of their characters and with the presentation of the different settings and time periods that the movies take place in. In regards to the music, there really isn't much to say, except that it's very atmospheric. A lot of the time you won't be able to hear anything, like there's no music running in the background. But there are times when the music does kick in. At times it's a little bit confusing because it kicks in and you're not gonna be really sure why, because it starts getting very dramatic and atmospheric. But there are times, and this is important, where the music will be an audio cue for some important detail in the clip that you are examining. And I'll explain that more in the gameplay section. Speaking of which, let's get into it. What's the gameplay of this game? Immortality is basically a point and click game where you examine footage from different movies, from different time periods, and click and examine different aspects that will lead you to unlock other footage. The idea is that by doing so, you will eventually be able to discover what happened to the actors of these movies. You can watch each footage that you unlock from beginning to end. You can fast forward and rewind, and you can stop to examine different visual elements within the clip. When you examine these elements, it will lead you to other clips with similar elements. So this game is supposed to be a horror game. Let's remember that. And certain horror elements kick in when you are examining the different films. If you hear certain audio cues, that's the moment when you know there's something hidden inside the clip. Usually this will require you to press rewind or fast forward during that musical cue, and you will be exposed to hidden footage within the game. There are different kinds of hidden footage within the game. The first type is just an overlay image of a mysterious woman that appears while you're watching the clip. At other times, pressing rewind during the musical clip will activate a different cutscene for the footage that you are watching. So these are just examples, but it's the creepiest part of the game and it's the most engaging and memorable part of the game. This game takes around 6 to 7 hours to complete. But it's important to explain that there's a random aspect to this, because when you are examining the footage, there's no guarantee where it's gonna take you. So if you're looking for the hidden footage within the game, it could take you minutes, hours to find what you're looking for, because it's not exactly reliable. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of this game. I'll start off with the pros. First of all, the acting and the setting. I feel like the actors did an outstanding job portraying the characters, and the recreation of the recording setting, as in they are recording an actual movie, they really recreate that in a very, very faithful way. It's outstanding. The other thing that I found to be very engaging is the hidden footage twist. I found it to be very creepy. It makes you feel very uncomfortable, it's very eerie, and it's very effective. Let's talk about the cons. And the cons are very heavy for this game. First of all, I would say the limited, monotonous, and random gameplay. The gameplay loop of this game is honestly pretty bad. The gameplay loop is limited and can get very monotonous, especially if you aren't making any progress. Granted that when you do find hidden footage, it's creepy and eerie and it's very rewarding. At the same time, it feels very random what elements unlock new footage, especially if you're trying to find the secret clips for the ending of the game. This can lead to the player playing for extended periods of time and not necessarily making any progress, and it's very frustrating. The other thing that's very honestly off-putting, and it has to do with the premise of the game, is the lack of context. I read to you guys the premise of the game because when you start playing the game, they give you no context at all. Like, you just start with the footage and you start playing, and that's it. And you have no idea why you're doing this, why is this happening, and that's the frustrating part. Like, I don't know if I'm playing as an actual character or not. And I don't understand why I'm doing this. I need to read the premise of the game, I need to read other stuff that's not within the game to understand what's happening. And the lack of context really kills the horror atmosphere of the game, honestly. So in conclusion, Immortality is a very interesting horror game with creativity and high production value. Sadly, despite it having some creepy moments with the hidden footage, the lack of in-game context and the monotonous, limited, and random gameplay drag this experience down. For this reason, I recommend this game, but with caution. Be aware what you're getting into before buying the game. So that's gonna be it for my non-spoiler review for Immortality for the PS5. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Hi everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with our content.